everyone, today we're going to be doing a 360 virtual tour of the Blacksmith Shop at O'Hara Mill Homestead near Madoc, Ontario. The skills of the blacksmith were highly valued. Much of what the pioneers used was at least in part made of iron, and everything had to be made by hand. The Blacksmith Shop at O'Hara is not one of the original O'Hara farm buildings. Little is known of its origins as a pioneer log building, except that it was moved from the Sheffield Conservation Area in neighboring Lennox and Addington County, sometime after the Mora River Conservation Authority purchased the O'Hara farm in the mid-1950s. So today we're going to look at some of the artifacts that can be found in the blacksmith shop. This is what's known as a portable forge. It would be taken to horses if horses could not travel to the blacksmith shop in order to get horseshoes fitted. The handle would be pulled, allowing a draft to be created and heating whatever material was inside. The blacksmith would use a variety of tools in his day-to-day work and would also make many of them himself. This picture highlights many of these, including files and rasps. A rasp is a hoof trimming tool, which looks like a curved nail file. Up on the wall, we have a number of horseshoes. A horseshoe was an important object to the O'Haras, who traveled, farmed, and transported lumber with the help of horses. A horseshoe provides traction and stops the hoof from wearing down. There are many different types, including winter ones. Pictured is a pony shoe and the bed frame part, which look very similar, right here. Next, we have what is called a vise. Vices hold metal while it's being worked. There are three types of vices: a leg vise, which is the strongest, a foot vise, you hold closed with your foot, and a bench vise, used by mechanics or machinists for finer details. The vise pictured here is a foot vise. And then the expected item in the blacksmith shop, the anvil. The anvil was used by blacksmiths to shape metal, as the metal would be held against it and hammered. Notice there are two anvils pictured, as the height of the anvil would be determined by the height of the blacksmith. Stand at attention, knuckles should touch the top to find your height of anvil. Here is a forge blower. So coal will not burn without a draft directly under it. The handle of the forge blower is turned to create a constant draft of air under the coals. This allows for the coal to be heated to the right temperature for the specific metal being worked. The O'Hara forge is a smaller farrier's forge. A small homestead may have had a farrier who made horseshoes and clipped toes of horses. The forge would be fueled with charcoal and other carboniferous materials, such as coal. Metal would be placed inside, heated to the proper heat, and then worked on the anvil. Up on the wall, we have a number of swages and fullers. These tools would be hammered into heated metal to shape them into desired outcomes. Swages make indents, causing the metal to push up, and fullers make dents, pushing the metal down. And as we turn over here, you'll see some curious looking wheels. So these are what are called crimpers and rollers. So a roller was used to make a straight piece of metal or softwood and create a curved ring from it. The crimper would then be used to crimp the two ends of the metal or other material together and create a solid ring. These rings would then be turned into wheels, an important object on a homestead. Over here we have a grindstone. The average grindstone would average 2 feet in diameter. The one pictured here is still in use and shows the wear and tear of time. Grindstones would be used to smooth and sharpen metal edges, and you might recognize it from something that a sword would be sharpened on. Next to the doors here, we have a drill press. The drill press was used to drill holes into materials. It was often used to make holes in wooden posts or wheels to insert spokes. Often the holes would not go all the way through the material being drilled. here on the wall we have a bellows. The bellows functioned for the same purpose as the forge blower, but was around long before the blower was invented. The bellows would pump in air when a rope was pulled, creating the draft needed under the forge. And with that, we have looked at a number of the artifacts that can be found in the blacksmith shop.